Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Today for woodworking, I want to talk about surface prep. In other words, you've built a project, you planned it out, you built it, turned out great, but now it's time to finish it. You just can't leave it bare wood. It doesn't work that way. Your project will slowly turn, well, basically grayish dark like an old barn. So our goal is, I have no idea why I'm wearing headphones. I can't hear myself anyway. So yeah, that's bad. So used to doing and so forth. So, anyways, surface prep is key. We've talked about the fact that about 20% of your project should be the planning, 60-ish% should be the actual building of the project, and then 20% of your time should be spent on sanding and finishing. And the reality of it is, you put all that hard work into a project, it turned out pretty decent, and then most people blow it on the finish, and it's like, oh, that looks nice. They stain it so dark, it's like black. You don't even see the green of the wood, or they just clear coat it and don't give the any color or depth to it. Um, what makes woodworking, I guess, so like people are like, wow, who built this table, or who put the trim up on your around your windows? It's because it's aesthetically pleasing. The eye, it catches the eye. You don't want it to catch the eye because it's like, oh. You want it to catch the eye because it's like, wow, that looks really nice. And with that being said, today it's not going to be me talking because I could talk for hours on this. But Fine Woodworking is a great, well, they're a company, but they produce a nice magazine, a set of podcasts, and just a lot of nice, I guess you call them pro tips. But they've got this really nice three-part series on sanding. Most people don't do this. Most people don't go through the length and processes of taking and actually sanding down with different types of sandpaper, especially in our shop. They'll just grab a piece of sandpaper, 120, and oh, that looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Really, you should be starting with heavy grit, something around like maybe 100, or I wouldn't even go 80. That's pretty rough. Like 120, 150, and then work your way up, finer grits into the 220s, and even possibly steel wools. The smoother you can get that the product, the pre-finished product, the better it's going to take stain and take finish. Now, not all woods are the same. Maple absorbs a little bit differently than red oak, which is a more porous wood. But and then before I forget, this last uh, part three of the actual video, they talk about wet sanding. I'm not a big fan of wet sanding, but not always. I mean, there's sometimes where like maple, you can put a preconditioner on it so it takes the stain a little bit better if you want to stain it. Me personally, I don't like staining maple. I don't see the point in it because maple is just that really nice white, creamy color. And for me, it's aesthetically pleasing just bare with just a clear finish on it. So again, to each their own. Some people like darker stains and lighter. What most people do not like is where the wood is stained so dark you cannot actually see the grain. The idea behind a stain is that you accent or accentuate the grain, not make it so dark it doesn't even look like lumber anymore. If that's the case, buy some black paint, paint and just paint it black. So watch these three videos. We're going to talk more about it on Thursday, and we're actually going to go through some of the steps and so forth. The other big thing that people make mistakes with, which we'll talk about a little bit more on Thursday, is wood filler. Wood filler is great for little tiny dings and nicks and just little tiny voids, but people will use wood fillers, fill screw holes and stuff. Oh, look at it. It doesn't work that way. It looks like garbage. Wood filler is great for little tiny imperfections, not anything, bigger than, oh, I don't even know, a nail hole. Maybe we can use wood filler, but anything bigger than like the diameter of a small nail, you shouldn't be using wood filler. So take a look at these videos. I'll post the link in with the assignment. If you got any questions at all, feel free to get a hold of me. Remember, well, there's no assignment again with this one. There's no assignment, but Thursday there will be an assignment. You have 1 week to complete it. Again, thank you for all those that are doing this. I really appreciate it. Like, sincerely, I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing the work turned in. It's actually kind of fun getting the emails like, oh, so and so submitted their work. Immediately goes into a folder for week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, so I don't lose it. Again, two grades have been updated as of Monday at noon. And that would be the 11th of May. So again, look at your grades in Synergy, make sure they're right. If they're not, cool, send me the assignment again, showing, somehow showing when you completed it. It's not too hard to look at the Google history if you're using Google Docs. I just don't want anybody to be like, yeah, I did all these assignments and you never got them. Nice try. Thank you, technology. We can prove you wrong. With that being said, enjoy your day. It's supposed to get nice out. So after you get your work done in other classes, in this class, go outside, enjoy the day. Take care.